Hey guys, welcome to Strong and Lean Question of the Week. This week I have a great question from Hope. And Hope asks, how can we build muscle during menopause? Great question. Let's talk about menopause for a second. Menopause symptoms are going to vary from person to person. We're all going to experience it very differently. But in general, menopausal symptoms like weight gain in the belly area, very common. Night sweats, very common. Hot flashes, very common. Moodiness, very common. And sleep disruptions, all very common. And we'll all have varying degrees of those and other symptoms as well. The one thing that is going to help all of us is building some muscle. And one thing about building muscle is it not only is going to help us through menopause, but it's also going to help us through aging just in general. It's so important because as we age, we lose anywhere from 5 to 7 pounds of muscle a decade. You guys, that's a lot. But strength training is going to help us not only maintain the muscle mass that we have, but build even more muscle, which is super important. And it's also going to help keep our weight down, which is another bonus. Strength training is also going to help build up our bone density because we start losing bone density at the tune of 1 to 3% a year, actually. So we will be able to maintain and build up our bone density as well. And the interesting thing here is the strength training also is going to help us reduce the risk of certain diseases that are related to weight gain, like heart disease and diabetes. So the benefits to strength training, not only through menopause, but just continuing as we age, are huge. So let's talk specifically about building muscle during menopause. Many people think you can't do it, and I totally disagree with that. And I think it's actually quite simple. It is not easy, but the concept is actually quite simple. What you need to do is focus on getting strong. That's it. Focus on getting as strong as you can. You need to get into the gym 3 to 4 times a week. You need to lift some heavy weights. The biggest mistake I see middle-aged women make is they don't go hard enough. They take their foot off the gas pedal and they kind of back off. And, you know, going hard doesn't mean being crazy and undisciplined and not safe. That's at this end of the spectrum. The other end of the spectrum are the people that don't go hard at all. And in the middle is this gray area where most middle-aged women don't even stick their toe in. And that's where I need you to be, in that gray area, out of your comfort zone ever so slightly and pushing yourself to lift as heavy weight as you can. You want to test your strength here because that's how we're going to build muscle and that's how we're going to build our bones for sure. You know, with getting strong comes fat loss. With getting strong comes weight loss. With getting strong comes changing your body composition. And that's what most of us want at this age. So getting strong is where your focus needs to be when you're in the gym. And as far as your nutrition goes, let's talk about that for a second because that's not complicated either. To build muscle, you need to be in a calorie surplus. And you know, people start panicking when they hear that because they think weight gain and oh my God, you know, I don't want to gain any more weight. But here's the thing. Find a small surplus for you, and that's going to take some trial and error, but a good starting point would be to take your body weight and multiply it by maybe 14 to 16. Somewhere in there is a great place to start as a calorie surplus for you. And you can always tweak it up and you can always tweak it down. So just start somewhere in there. But you also have to make sure your protein is between 0.7 and 0.1, somewhere in there. Make sure you're getting adequate protein because that's really going to be the game changer, I think. If you keep that nutrition dialed in there and you keep your protein dialed in there and you get to the gym and you focus on getting strong as hell, you are going to start seeing the changes. I promise you, you will. But you need to be consistent and you can never give up. Please don't give up. It can be frustrating. It can be a long process. But I promise you, you will start seeing the difference. So strength train 3 to 4 times a week. Go hard. Get your calories to a slight surplus. Start in the range of body weight times 14 to 16 and get your protein at an adequate level. Try aiming for 0.7 to 1.0 grams per pound of body weight and have at it. If you ever have any questions about this, please leave them in the comments below or just send me a message. I'll be happy to answer questions anytime. And thank you, Hope, for this question. Great question. I certainly appreciate it. And if you all can do me a favor, click subscribe and give me a question in the comments below, and your question could be featured next week on Strong and Lean Question of the Week. I appreciate you guys so much. Have a great day.